UN, they are meeting in New York on tomorrow. They're meeting to discuss the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. I mean, a lot of people may say, what is that, right? What is the agenda for sustainable development? So here's a little summary about the SDG summit. So it will take place in New York. It will be mark the beginning of a new phase of accelerated progress toward a sustainable development goal with a high level political guidance on transformative and accelerated action leading up to 23. So it says a new phase of acceleration. So I want you guys to just keep that in the back of your mind. A new phase of acceleration. You're like, what are they trying to accelerate? What is going on? What are these goals? Okay. Okay. So here's a list of these goals, right? So they want to combat poverty, climate change, gender equality, so much more, right? And the list goes on. These are the things that they want to do. They want to make the world a better place, a very peaceful, sustainable living for us. Even though that they were in charge, they were our leaders of the world, and look at the world now. But they're just like, no, even though we're your leaders in charge, we want to do something now in like 7 years after we messed it up all those other years. We want to help you guys, even though we help you run it to the ground, but we want to help you so that you can live in a better world. So they have this wonderful itinerary, the things that they want to do each and every day. It looks so wonderful, and I actually downloaded the goals and the plans of action, how they're gonna do these goals. It download in a PDF. You can just Google it for the Agenda 2030, and it sounds good. It sounds like everything out of a science fiction movie. It sounds very good. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so you want to accelerate this, right? You want to accelerate this better world. So so what are you going to do to accelerate this better world that our children can live in, that we can live in? What are you going to do? How are you going to help us get to this goal? And we here's a list of the goals. You may have to zoom in, but there's a list of the goals that they desire for us. But once again, how are we going to get to these goals? How are we going to get to them? I'm going to tell you how that they're going to get to these goals. They're going to get to these goals by mass depopulation. This is what they want for us. So they're meeting at this summit for this better world. And I remember watching and looking at conference for the UN throughout the years. And it was always about population control, and how that the earth resources are depleting itself by 2030, that the earth wouldn't be able to sustain itself because of population. And I don't know if you can find those meetings, but these are meetings that I used to watch in the past. But they're just meeting to see how they're going to kill us. I sound crazy? Okay.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Bravo. Say it again, sister. Tell people exactly how you feel about us. So, in other words, in order for our children to have a successful future, just like the Agenda 2030 stated, we must do certain things. But it didn't talk about depopulation or reducing population. So that was one of those, what they said, those Freud slips. So that is what they're going to talk about, along with other things at this 2030 meeting, this summit. So don't be surprised when we see new viruses. Don't be surprised when we see a lot of things that they're going to do to hurt us. So wake up, people. This is what they're trying to do. And what it doesn't blow my mind, but what is very interesting is, like, 7 years. 7 years. Accelerate it. So what y'all gonna do to accelerate it? That's the question. But enough of my rant. I just want people to see this, do your research, ask God to show you exactly what it is and what they're trying to do. And they don't care about us. They don't care anything about us. Democrat or Republican, they don't care about you. They're having a meeting so they can have a better world. Um, so in that better world, you may not be included in that better world. But for those who in Christ, we already know what is going to happen. Okay. All right. Till next time, take care. God bless and stay focused.